I was so excited to be engaged, and I told I didn't call my mom, but I texted her. I sent her a picture of me and Josh and me like holding up the ring, that whole thing. And I didn't get a text back from her until like over an hour later because she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Your dad and I were watching the Sausage Party movie."
It's like the happiest news of your life.
Yeah,
and your mom
she was
is like,
and it wasn't even good.
I'm sorry, we were watching Sausage Party.
Well, shoot, I guess at least if it was a good movie, I wouldn't have felt as like shafted, but whatever. Yeah, no, it was really funny.
All right, Toy, say something.
Remember when we were supposed to have a podcast? Podcast. Hello, welcome to the LEM'n'TEA podcast, episode
Hey guys.
28. Hey guys.
Well, how do you do, folks?
Yeah, we're
welcome to the start of the LEM'n'TEA podcast. Hello, ho.
Yeah, maybe we can all go out for some brewskis.
Oh, some brewskis, don't you know?
Yeah.
Do you think anybody from the Midwest even watches this?
No, what they do, they don't now.
They probably don't, right?
No, and I mean, we want to be relatable to all as many demographics as possible, but man, we've been ragging on the Midwest for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then as if like the library computer system read my mind, I got recommended this book called A Guide to Midwestern Conversation with 2 Ears of Corn in, I think, a potluck dish that says, "Hey stranger," and, "Well, they'll just let anyone in here, won't they?"
I'll have to get a picture of that. I'm sure it exists online real easy.
So
I really wanted you to get that book.
I
know you did it.
We're in New England, and genuinely not many people care about the accents of the Midwest, but if they do,
I think they're funny.
they can request it, and then I can get it. That's how that system works.
Great accents, too. Like,
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Chicago? The Bears.
Chicago. The Bears.
The Bears. That's one.
That's like one of those yearly funny SNL sketches.
That is actually really like a sketch that has like stood the test of time. It's pretty funny even now.
I think there's a lot of funny like classic SNL skits. It just went downhill for a while. It's still going
continuously. I know that a lot of people say that SNL isn't funny, and I guess that's probably not original to say that anymore, but
they say that about The Simpsons too, though.
But SNL isn't funny.
It has one shining moment out of every, I would say, like
season
500 sketches.
Oh wow,
that might be too high. I mean, that might be too low. I don't know, but anyway,
maybe
like
once a year. One or two per year.
Yes.
Maybe more. I mean, I'm probably way off base, but.
At Lauren Michaels, please tell us how many funny sketches you release on your show that you executive produce.
I used to watch it with my brother and my dad. We used to watch Saturday Night Live because they would air the reruns on Comedy Central.
Oh, so then, okay, were you more partial to Saturday Night Live or to Mad TV? I was obsessed with Mad TV, and I didn't know anybody else who watched it. And Mad TV was on at a time that I was awake for. So
really, yeah. Mad TV was probably when I was a little younger, and then I wanted to be more sophisticated, and I moved on to SNL. But no. I'm watching SNL. It's not the most sophisticated show.
No. It's very highbrow. You're right.
It's a Justin Roiland special.
Very special.
So I loved Mad TV when I was a kid, and Stewart and
oh my god, yeah,
fucking that lady,
Miss Swan.
Yeah. I don't even know if she could do that nowadays.
My dad hated Stewart.
Stewart
hated.
I can do.
Oh my god, hated him. It was so funny. I also really loved when they did animated stuff like Spy vs. Spy.
Spy vs. Spy was really good.
Yeah.
Was that Mad TV?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it was in the Mad like comics.
Okay.
Printed ones.
Oh.
That my dad also used to collect.
The one with Alfred.
What Me Worry guy.
Alfred P. Newman or whatever.
Yeah.
His name is.
Dorky name.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've gotten a little off track. So I don't know. We really don't have a lot to talk about this here on episode 28 because we talked a lot. Well, we don't have a lot of heavy stuff to talk about, which I think is good. I think last episode was pretty like doom and gloom because that's the way that the world was.
The world is always like that though. So
yeah, I mean, there's been some rough stuff happening, including which I don't have written down, but that the earthquake in Syria and Turkey.
Yeah, she was.
They're saying, well,
crazy.
Josh looked it up. He said it was the 5th deadliest earthquake of the last 100 years or something.
My goodness.
Which I believe, which is why, like, I don't know. I'm one of those people who likes those feel good stories about like they found someone under the rubble after a few days and stuff. So,
you need some good shit.
Yeah,
need some good shit to happen. God damn it, this year started off so fucking horrible.
And it's like this. It's a sad fact I know from. I swear I'm not doing this be edgy, but about 9/11. It's that they were not finding any survivors and the rescue dogs were getting discouraged. So they would have like other rescuers like pretend to be buried so they could lift up the dog spirits.
Oh, man.
That's
the
rough,
most heartbreaking shit ever.
It's okay.
Goddamn.
Sorry to say, but all the dogs who worked on 9/11 have passed away now. So it's okay. God rest their souls.
God rest their souls.
But yeah, that's a fun, not so fun fact I know about 9/11.
Yeah.
Not a conspiracy.
9/11 is littered with a lot of fun facts.
That's not, I mean, I should say interesting fact.
Fun fact.
Listen, me is only one
Jet
man.
fuel can't melt steel beams.
Hey, let's save those conspiracies for another time. While we're talking about conspiracies, I know we were going to talk about this, but spy balloons, do you think they're aliens? If so, would you welcome them into our lives?
I don't think they're aliens.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because like, I don't know. And aliens is like a really broad term too, because like an alien creature could be like a microbe, right? I don't know. Humanoid
non-earthly creature. Well, we have tons of non-humanoid creatures around, but
non-earthly. For sure. Yeah.
Not of this planet.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why not? There's a lot of empty space out there, and
I have a hard time believing that we're the only, intelligent life, or that we are intelligent at all. Some of us are.
Defines intelligence, right? Intelligence, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, lots of bad current event stuff, but most of this is just kind of, I don't know, talking about whatever, just to, yeah.
Spy balloons.
Spy balloons, they're interesting.
I just love how everybody was fucking freaking out about the
Balloon Boy paved the way.
Oh my God, I love Balloon Boy though. That whole fucking scandal, whatever the fuck that was.
Oh, I forget was it internet historian? Somebody interviewed Balloon Boy. His dad, the family.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's internet historian, but I can't remember.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it kind of helped clear their name with it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that seems like ages ago.
It was though, like.
Yeah.
We're not that old, but like, holy shit, it
Time
really
seems
was.
so much more skewed because of COVID and stuff. So it's whatever.
Whatever, man.
Yeah. So anyway. This is pretty much going to be what the podcast is. It's a little more freeform, just because I want to talk about stuff that isn't super like, down. It's just nice to have an escape sometimes.
Cool. That's fine.
Yeah, that was a really sincere. Cool.
Listen, we're not a news podcast.
It's just in. No, we're not.
So
we really do talk about just whatever anyway.
We talk about whatever, but I know we try to include things that are kind of recent, and most of what we talk about is like related to pop culture, right?
Yeah.
So it's not
pop
always
culture, current event. Stuff.
Yeah, it's not always like a political thing, and it's not always like a fucking like
I don't want it to be political.
It's not always like an up to date archive in the news. So
no.
It's not that. It's whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything really is off limits, and I don't think anything is like a taboo. Well, I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
We're fine, is what I'm saying.
We're fine.
Okay.
Hope you're fine out there in listening, watching land.
Listening land, watching land.
I hope you bought yourself a shit ton of Valentine's Day after candy. I did.
Good. I have not. No.
I'm not sure that there's going to be much left. There's Easter stuff out already. It was funny. Like,
I'm not worried about it.
The trajectory of like the big Walmart aisle where you could slowly see like Easter stuff encroaching in on Valentine's stuff in the seasonal aisle.
It's like that every year though. It's like
it's just funny. It's like a ratio.
Like at Christmas time, like right around the time of New Year's, they're already pushing out the Christmas shit and getting the
Valentine's
shit in, right?
And then it's Easter, and then you don't have much else until like
4th of July, maybe.
4th of July, but that's not really candy oriented. And then it's Halloween, and then the cycle continues. So
the cycle continues.
Got me feeling like a cycle.
Cycle. Whoa.
But anyway,
world premiere.
So
yeah.
I feel like off camera we've been kind of jinxing things that we've been talking about a lot. One of them being
what's that?
Has to do with our home here on YouTube. With Susan Wojcicki.
Oh, yes.
Why did I say her name correctly for once? Because she left YouTube.
Susan Wojcicki.
Wojcicki, yeah.
Okay, I said it.
Yeah. It really isn't that hard. It's just because it's like WOJCICLMNOP. Not really. I'm just kidding.
It's too many consonants together.
It's Eastern European. So but yeah, so I guess she's been with YouTube/Google for like 25 years. It said in her departure letter.
And she's retiring?
Yep.
Nice.
She is stepping down.
Good for her.
And so now we have a new YouTube overlord whose name is easier to pronounce. And his name is Neil Mohan. Don't mess with the Mohan is going to be now what I say.
Did you ever watch Don't Mess with the Zohan?
No, but I've heard it's really bad.
It's very bad.
Ah, gosh. For every I can't remember the name of that movie that Adam Sandler is in with the golf.
Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore. For every Happy Gilmore, there's a Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Oh, man. Ain't that the truth?
I kept wanting to say Buddy Holly, and that was not it.
Buddy Holly.
It's a song or a person. It's both.
It's both.
But anyway.
Yes, it is a Weezer song, and it is actually a person. Or was a person.
It was, yes. So yeah, Neil Mohan, who already worked within YouTube and apparently is the one who was really pushing for Web3 and NFTs on YouTube.
I hate that.
Whee!
Where this is going. This sucks. Oh my God. So I hate that because I hate NFTs and I don't want it to become more focused on that.
Right? Nope, nobody does. Yeah, this can be like our just segment of companies making bad decisions because Twitter, I can also think of some, and then Netflix. I think we bashed them already, but companies don't make great decisions. The problem is like they're fixing things that aren't broken instead of things that are broken.
With Susan, they didn't have a choice. They had to replace her because she's retiring, right?
Yeah, but I still don't like that she took away dislikes. But it also seemed like in reading it that Neil was also kind of on board with getting rid of dislikes too. So
okay.
It seems like that for every, I see this in K-pop too, but for like if the replacement of a company or people are like, oh, they're going to make things better. Mm-hmm. And that's not always true, if hardly ever. So I think people were just like wanting, since it was new, they had radical expectations and
they just want to keep the status quo for the most part.
And it's an NFT guy, so dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's never in their best interest to make things better. That costs a lot of money. Why would they make it better when they can keep doing the same shit and making the same amount of money or more? So weird business decisions. But anyway, yeah. So Susan, thank you for sometimes being cooperative.
Thumbs up.
Neil, welcome. Please bring back dislikes.
Man, you really want those dislikes back, huh?
I really do. I do. Like, for people made a good case at the time when they were going away for tutorial videos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they helped differentiate the crap ones from the good ones and stuff. Yeah, things like that. or like people who Neil, close your ears.
Neil.
Watch torrent like ripped movies on YouTube, like people.
What?
But it's the difference between the whole movie and people being like, click this funky link in the description for the movie.
Sure.
So the dislikes would have helped for that too.
Gotcha.
I totally have not done that. Just
never
at all.
Never. Nope. Not even anime or
not even a
like
little
that.
bit. My mid 2000s anime separated into 3 parts.
Yep.
At 360p, if that.
If you grew up in that time, you totally understand.
If you know, you know.
You know, you know.
Yeah.
Dumb decision. Maybe not so much their decision. They had to kind of pick somebody, so they picked this dude who's gonna stay in line and maybe delve into NFTs. Who knows?
Maybe. It'll be great.
Great.
So exciting.
Love it.
So bye, Susan. Thanks, Susan. See you later, Susan. Wazowski, Wachowski, Wachowski.
Ooh, okay, the triple.
Whoa, baby, a triple.
Gotta love it, that hat trick.
Also, Elon Musk is pissed off that people didn't like his Super Bowl tweet, so he's punishing people by getting rid of two-step authentication.
Two-factor
I had it like
authentication.
Yeah.
2FA.
Unless you are a Twitter blue person. Dabba dee dabba die.
Dabba dee dabba die. This is unfortunate because it was like the easiest way to do it was like getting a text message if you logged on somewhere else and it would say, "Hey, are you trying to log on?" And you'd say yes or no. Or
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, it's fine. They would send you a like a code.
Mm-hmm.
You type it in, and then that would be how you authenticate. So.
Okay, I just realized why I don't have that, and it's because I get it by email, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Because it would be like it says new login from wherever, but it doesn't ask me to verify it. It just lets me know.
Okay.
But whatever.
Notifications happen like that too. Like you can request those, but yeah. So that was the easiest way to do it. There is another way to do it, and there are other ways to. Authenticate with two-factor. Yeah. One of them being Google Authenticator. So it's free.
That hack was found real fast.
So it's free, and it's real easy to do, and I suggest
do it.
You do it.
Yeah.
Because it's better than nothing, and it's something that you're going to want. Because but Twitter accounts are hacked all the time.
Yeah, there was some weird glitch happening before where a person who followed me from like the very beginning of me having a Twitter refollowed me because apparently some glitch made her unfollow everybody. I couldn't see replies for a while. Some people had tweet limits again, which I didn't even really realize was a thing. But
yeah,
Twitter's a little cuckoo right now. Wonder why? Wonder if there's any correlation. Probably not.
The tweet limits, I'm not sure if that's even happening anymore or like what the limit is. There was so many different screenshots that I saw that I didn't know what the real one was or what the real limit was.
The limit does not exist.
Blew my mind.
Yeah, so it was like a series of a bunch of weird glitches. I saw Twitter down. Every time I see hashtag Twitter down trending on Twitter, I laugh because it's like apparently it's not, but that's fine. And then Netflix is sticking with their decision to do the no password sharing because they don't like making money. But they said that for travelers, this is new, that they were going to let you have it for like 7 days without needing to verify your Wi-Fi. But only 7 days. And that it doesn't account for all the people who are away in school or anything. So that solves like a third of the problem that could have just not been a problem by them not doing this whole password sharing thing.
I think they are going to shoot themselves in the foot, if not already. It's a dumb fucking thing. As we already talked about this.
I could talk bad about Netflix all day.
Yeah.
And I have Netflix. I pay for it so I can talk how I want about it.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying.
Bam.
It's just dumb. It's
dumb.
A fucking dumb decision they made. I don't understand. I know why they think they want to do it, but it's really quite stupid.
I'm hoping that the error of their way comes really swiftly. And I don't know, Netflix is not like the subscription service that you like. It used to be the one because there was no pluses or like these other apps for online or app content.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was just Netflix, and then like there was Hulu, and then there was I don't know whatever else.
Yeah. Okay.
Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, HBO Max. So
now there's a lot of different.
So Netflix isn't like they're still up there, but
sure.
But they're not. There's not a lot of content on Netflix really that like people would stick around for because Netflix keeps canceling all the good ones.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why they're out so much fucking money.
Yeah,
is you start a TV show and then you cancel it after 1 season, 2 seasons.
Yeah, so that's why I think they're still in the mindset of like we have Stranger Things. There's no way people are going to cancel their Netflix subscriptions, and like. The idea of canceling your Netflix subscription is like not as wild as it used to be. Like it's not this big
process,
empty threat. It's usually a followed through promise.
Yeah, it's like see ya,
peace out, bye.
Going to Hulu,
right? So,
and guess what? You would have still made. They probably would have still released Stranger Things. Their latest season, and people that want to watch it will just fucking torrent it.
Oh yeah.
They'll just find a way to watch it without having to fucking have a Netflix account.
Yeah, that's gonna
they lose.
This is gonna cause more torrenting as well.
Oh, absolutely. So they just lose, like in all accounts. Like they lose because people steal. They don't have good PR, and they look like dickheads. Quite frankly.
Pretty much. So. That's your roundup of
dumbass companies doing stupid things.
And potentially stupid things with Neil. Please don't do stupid things.
Neil, don't be fucking dumb.
Please.
And thank you.
That
was neat.
Thanks.
Good run through of companies doing stupid things.
It's like
it's really never ending.
No, it's not. Actually, this is an amazing segue.
Go for it.
It's an amazing segue to Tory's K-pop corner.
Tory's K-pop corner brought to you by. Da, 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 da.
I don't know. Lay's potato chips. I don't know.
Lay's potato chips, but not really because they haven't sponsored us.
But we could be.
But you could have your logo right here, Lay's.
So companies being stupid.
Okay.
I love it because, as I've talked about before, being so obsessed with a company when you are not in like any sort of literally business for it, like financial or investment or just any sort of businessy thing. It's so dumb to me and odd to be so invested in a company.
Okay.
So, I don't know, people who try to like tout, there's like elitist people for like Marvel and DC and stuff. So it's kind of the same for different kind of platforms, I feel like.
Oh,
like,
okay. So one
like
is
Netflix
good and the
is
other
superior
one's bad,
to
right?
Yeah, but that's weird. It's weird to have a contest of who's better with other people, mainly by arguing online. It's very odd, and so I don't feel bad if the big companies have to like lose millions of dollars to learn that their bad decision was a bad decision.
Okay, what are you referring to?
Well, for that, I was talking about YouTube, Twitter, and Netflix. Like, if they have to lose money to realize that their bad decision was a bad decision, you got to hit them where it hurts.
I'm sorry. You said it was a segue.
It is. Yeah, I'm not doing a great job with the segue, but anyway, because this involves businesses also. It's so it's about like share acquisitions, and this I promise is not going to be boring because I barely really understand it, so it will not be long. But the very, very basic timeline of events in the K-pop world is between two heavyweight companies, the part of what is called the Big Four. One of them is SM Entertainment, home to EXO and Girls' Generation and aespa. And one is HYBE, home to BTS and TXT and other people. Okay. So the company SM, despite the name, is actually named after its founder, Lee Soo-man. So SM. He stepped down a few years ago from running things, but he was still a shareholder. And so, and again, K-pop stans are so like, they like pay super close attention to quarterly reports from these companies. Like, it's very odd. Like, it's a very weird thing if you have no like business in business. So they announced their like quarterly plans, and they were not going to include the founder, even though he had shares. So a couple days later, Hybe, which is BTS's company, signed a contract to take over Lee Soo-man's current stake and become the largest shareholder of SM. Because Hybe is becoming kind of like a conglomerate. They've absorbed other companies. I think they have like 4 other smaller companies under them. It's like Agario, that blob game, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Hybe's just like the big blob.
Okay.
It's coming to eat everybody else. That's really the gist of it. There's also some feuding, some like rumor of mismanagement of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. The founder wanting to make weed casinos in America. Like, it's very odd. People are saying they should make like a Korean drama out of it. And it's far beyond my realm of understanding.
Weed casinos.
Yeah, which is illegal anyway. So,
I mean, I would be more inclined to go to a casino.
Right? You know? So. But yeah, so one big K-pop company being the largest shareholder of the other largest K-pop company is very like, whoa. And similar to what I was saying about the new YouTube CEO being suddenly like fixing things, people are saying that there's suddenly going to be a big change within SM because Hybe is like chomping at its ankles or something, which is not how that works. They're a shareholder. They don't own anything like majority wise. That much I know. But people are like prepared to
defend them to the death.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna make their own groups more popular or whatever. But people were joking if anything went wrong, they could blame BTS or whatever.
Finally.
Finally an in. But that's
very it's so strange, man. The whole like, oh, this company is the one that I want to simp for, like,
yeah,
because my artist is in this company. Like, it doesn't matter. Companies fucking suck.
Company simping was a lot easier when there was less K-pop groups. Now there's so many that come out, it's like impossible to it's impossible to keep up. But it's another example of not necessarily, I guess, companies being questionable.
Okay.
Like, why did one company need to take a 15% stake in a different company? It's a little like, I guess I don't know if it's bad. I guess it's bad for the shareholder, the founder who got booted out of the whole deal. But
yeah,
that's the major thing going on in K-pop. That's why it seems like nothing's happening.
The major thing.
All's quiet on the Luna front.
For now.
I think everybody's respecting Twice. All 9 of them.
You gotta respect
for
Momo
now.
though.
Yes, specifically Momo.
Yes, because she was on this advertisement.
Yeah, but she wasn't.
Yeah. So that's what triggered that hashtag respect Momo.
I understand it. It was a weird thing for them to not include her, but whatever.
There are worse things to be upset over.
Oh yeah.
Especially in that regard too. Like if you want to take it to K-pop specifically, like it's an ad and many people aren't even gonna see it. Like, right. So.
Except for the eagle-eyed fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
the onces.
But that was my large chunk of there is a mega thread. Like if I show you, this is all the things that have been happening with it, which I'm not gonna be fucking bothered to read.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you, or I'm sorry for you. But I ain't reading all that.
Like, really, it's so.
I ain't reading all that.
There's so much.
Oh, I saw it.
And it's like daily updates, and it's like somehow the founder's nephew is involved. I don't even know. Like I can't follow this.
You will.
If I were to be continuing my YouTube channel, I would not do this story because I always hated doing stories that had long, drawn out things. This is, and that seems like what this is. From questionable K-pop companies.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Does that tie up your K-pop corner?
No. Hey, more bad news. 2 groups broke up. Whee!
Okay, who are they?
Momoland, who had the smash single Boom Boom, and their company does not know how to manage anybody. And they had as the term goes, lightning in a bottle, and they just didn't do anything really with them to keep the hype up.
Yeah.
So they kind of faded away into not obscurity, but because it's cyclical. Like you have to make a album to make money, to promote your, to have money for your next thing and stuff like that. So they weren't making as much money, so they couldn't do as much. That whole thing happened with them.
I only know one.
Just boom boom, right?
One song from them.
They also have a similar sounding song called Bam Bam.
Okay.
It's a good song. It's
boom
just
boom and bam
bam. Yeah. But
wow.
But yeah, so they broke up, which I kind of figured was going to happen. They all left their company the month prior, I think. And then Brave Girls broke up. Although I think they left the company, but they're saying that it's not the end for them, even though they released a song called Goodbye, which seems, I don't know, a little final to me. But
they're saying that it's not the end, so they're pretty adamant that it's not over.
Yeah, maybe.
But the fans are kind of picking it up and saying
they're the ones who are saying we'll meet up someday and like release more music. It's happened. There's been groups that's happened for.
Yeah. Okay.
But Brave Girls was one that I really liked. I always rooted for. I think I've shown you this before, but they had a song that was really, really popular with the Korean military men.
Yes.
And there's this YouTube channel that shows like the reaction from all the soldiers, and it's like these big buff guys in uniform, like doing the dances and everything. And Brave Girls was really popular there because sadly that's like some of the only gigs that they could get. Like they were literally like a few months from like leaving their company funded dorms and like going home, like they were almost done.
Yeah.
So then this got viral on YouTube, and it was like a 3 or 4 year old song, 3 years old, and they started promoting it again, and they won awards, and they had this amazing resurgence, and they got to do more albums. So they like left on a good note, which was, I'm glad their last couple of years could be good years with success. And it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of good to go out on a high.
Yeah.
So, and their contracts were expiring too. It's the typical 7-year contract in K-pop.
A 7-year curse.
Yes, that's why it's called the 7-year curse. So, which Dreamcatcher broke, by the way. They signed on for another 3 years, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, not super great news in K-pop, but that's okay. G-Dragon went to a Lakers game. So, yay.
Sounds cool.
He was cute. He was wearing a Nike, and he has his own clothing company. So it was his clothing company and Nike collaboration for a bulletproof vest.
Okay. Which
was like, you know what? Given what's been happening in America, perfect. Good choice.
God damn. Wow. Neat.
I figured I'd end it positively, you know.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, it's not every day that you get to go to LA and see a Lakers game and collaborate with Nike on making a bulletproof vest.
He's okay. I was gonna say he's a pretty frequent collaborator with Nike.
With making a bulletproof vest.
No, but yeah, sell them.
Bulletproof shoes.
Sell them in America, please. Please, G-Dragon.
I know.
It's for fashion. It's just for fashion.
Just for fashion. It's fashionable.
It is fashionable. Yeah. So that will tie up my K-pop corner. We're going to end it on some fluff news of G-Dragon.
Well, thank you for bringing your K-pop corner too.
Oh, you're so welcome.
This futon.
By the way, go listen to Key. I completely forgot. Key from Shiny.
Shiny.
Yeah, he released a repackage of his extremely 80s/90s inspired sounding album. With Killer as the lead track. It's so good.
It's very good.
He should do that forever.
He's found a niche. Like, he's found his own niche. If he wants to continue doing, he's very good at it.
He is.
And like, I don't know. For me, those kind of like synth sounds from the 80s are kind of like timeless. So they're coming back now. They're really fashionable.
They're very fashionable.
They are?
They are, yeah. It's one of those things where, like, I know people always facetiously are like, I was born in the wrong generation or whatever, but, like, I really wish I could have been like around for the 80s.
Yeah.
Because it seems like fun. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I was born in 92, so
Too
I got
late.
most of the 90s, but it was also in a brain that had not reached double digits yet.
Yes.
So I only remember so much.
92. Nice.
Yeah, very much so.
Good years.
Good times, good years.
89.
89. Oh,
Too
yeah.
late.
Too late to experience
Enjoy
the
the
80s. You don't remember anything from the 80s?
No.
Oh, what a
I
shock.
remember shit.
Damn. Well,
But I remember the 90s.
me too.
This is a good segue, right?
It really is. Gosh, I don't know. I there's certain things that I think are coming back slowly, like this idea of play places. Because I feel like every month now I think of the Discovery Zone just on my own.
You're just sitting there trying to get stuff done, like paying bills. And you're like, oh my God, the Discovery Zone. Holy shit.
No, I don't know. My mind wanders. Like, I can usually, it's like that one It's Always Sunny thing with the red string. And I can usually connect it back to how the thought started. But I eventually get to a point of like, I really miss jumping in the foam pit or running across the rope bridge or going down the tube slide or something. I don't know.
We should, if possible.
Find a Discovery Zone. Were they still there? They're probably not. I'm going to look anyway, though.
They don't exist.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Why? What the hell, man?
They don't.
But they should.
Maybe. Here's an idea. Adult Discovery Zone. I think we
With
talked about this
booze.
before.
Yeah, with alcohol. Maybe.
Yes,
Could be.
Maybe. But there's a limit.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. 2001, and there's no... God, 2001? Oh, my God.
I remember when it closed, dude. I was devastated. We used to go to... We had a Discovery Zone pretty close to where I lived at the time. We'd go there on weekends. It was awesome. So much fun. I loved Discovery Zone, man. It was so good.
It was so good. Yeah, no, but there... I mean, I feel like in an age of, like, where we're starting to acknowledge our own, like, kind of well-being and self-worth and treat yourself and stuff, these sort of adult versions of nostalgic play places are, like, easy money. It's so easy.
Easy money.
And yet no one's doing it.
Not
no one. There are places. I saw one place, like,
it probably is.
trying to get a pitch on Shark Tank once.
Oh, for like an adult
Yeah.
Discovery Zone?
I think it was
Or
more
play place?
outdoorsy.
Okay. Yeah.
It's sort of the same thing, but yeah.
We're in our 30s. We're adults. We want to have fun still. Like, it's not over, man. We
No,
got
it's
shit to do.
Yes, we do. I just want a weekend away. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really know how my mind wanders to certain places. Or I'll find myself watching like nostalgic 90s commercial compilations or something.
Well, if your mind's gonna wander on over to Discovery Zone.
DC to Discovery Zone.
That commercial's like cemented in my brain forever.
Yeah, I hear it in my dreams.
I hear it in my dreams. My kids go to Chuck E. Cheese, but it wasn't the same because I don't think Chuck E. Cheese ever had the tubes. But I'm not actually sure.
I thought
They might have had them.
I remember that. I think they did.
Okay, so maybe they did.
Because I used to go to one as well.
I think I went to one that was like at a birthday party once, and I think they did have a pit, like a ball pit, and they had like the tunnels and the tubes. And
Yeah,
shit, so.
I do. I remember that.
But they don't have many more.
No, they don't. I don't know. I don't. I wish they did. That's part of the problem. I wish they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we went for your kids' birthdays at
Last
Chuck E. Cheese,
year.
I remember just looking around and being like, the last time I was here when I was like a teenager, I don't remember being able to see everything all at once, everything everywhere all at once. It just, and I realized kind of like, I mean, the building, the size was big, but it was like much smaller than I remember. It was so weird. I can't explain why. It was
You were
just
a child.
I
could
barely.
not see.
I was like 14, I think, the last time I went there. So.
Okay.
Because my brother and my cousin are younger, so we all went.
Yeah.
I just played arcade games. I wasn't complaining, but
Listen, it's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed to go to Chuck E. Cheese. All right. Don't be embarrassed. The animatronics are fucking wild, though. I hate them. They're very creepy. They're awful. They're like what Disney World used to use, like back in the fucking like.
They're the inspiration for Five Nights at Freddy's, probably. I would think.
100%.
Or like Showbiz Pizza Bear, Time Bear, Showtime Pizza, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know.
Showtime Pizza.
Yeah, whatever. The Rich Evans thing.
No, it is 100% like based off of
those kinds of things.
It has to be
Disney, but yeah, Disney, like the walk around character
Yeah.
model. I think it must have been like Defunct Land or somebody.
It was Defunct Land. I watched the same thing.
Yeah,
and it was really good.
There was another one too. Actually, was a different. It wasn't just him, but there was somebody. Blame It on Jorge, and he did like 20 Disney facts and myths and stuff, and there were like pictures of. So the actors could see these old versions of the walk-around costumes for Mickey and Minnie, and they had like slits like in their faces. They looked like massacred. It was horrifying, but it was so the actors can see. There's definitely an art to making a friendly, approachable mascot in a human form,
right?
Or animatronic. The animatronics at Disney are crazy too.
They're a lot better now than what they were, but like. Back in the 80s or like maybe even early 90s, that's like kind of like what the Chuck E. Cheese ones look like. They're like all kind of fucked up looking.
So yeah, and that during that time, Chuck E. Cheese was considered like high end. The problem is they were made in the 80s and we still have them in the 2020s. So
I know they kind of are a relic.
It always freaks me out when like one eye, like the blinking, I think. Because it's like, let's make them blink so they're not just staring, which I think I find more off-putting.
It's always one eye closes and then the other one closes after it.
Or it's like they blink but not all the way.
It's like...
Yeah. It's like...
It's fucked.
I would rather them like not have human qualities like blinking. Like if you didn't tell me that, like, I would not figure out on my own that, oh, they're supposed to be blinking.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm paying attention to every other creepy part of them.
Blinking.
Blink.
So, here's something that I really liked. Those like Discovery Zone ball pit tubes, whatever. First of all, the ball pits were awesome.
Yes.
Like, they were awesome. I don't give a fuck. I know they were dirty.
Yeah.
They were fucking awesome.
Okay.
Sometimes there would be like 2 ball pits, and to get to the other one, there was like this like. You ever been in like a car wash where it has like this hanging flap stuff?
Yeah. Yep.
Like these plastic hanging. I love fucking going through those things, man.
Me too. Although I think the ones that I can't remember if they were plastic or if they were some sort of like thick cloth sort of.
Yeah, they might have been that too.
But yes, I do remember. I did also like when there was nothing between the 2 ball pits and you literally just like dolphin dove into the next one.
That was fucking awesome.
And I don't know, like I've never known they had the signs posted too, but I've never known a child to try to headfirst dive into the ball pit. But I also don't have kids, so like if yours have tried to do that, I believe that because I don't have kids. But
I don't think they've headfirst tried to dive, but I know that they were like in a couple of weeks we're gonna have their party at a place here that's kind of like that. And they have like a ball pit, which I'm a little dreading just because. Holy shit, man.
Because some ball pits are pretty shallow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I don't know. I never knew a kid my age to be like, I want to dive head first because I think they all knew that was dumb. But,
yeah.
You know, they got to put those signs up because there's always that extra dumb child.
Okay.
That,
Okay. It's, all right.
Not just for that, but just in general, you need signs up for like that parent or child who doesn't quite know.
Okay, I'm glad that you stuck with those examples just because whoever says like, you know, they put those signs up for a reason, you know, like that lady at McDonald's with the coffee.
Oh.
And then it turns out like that lady was actually like severely fucking burned and like horribly burned.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even looking for them to like pay for her medical bills or she wasn't even looking for like extra money. She just wanted her like medical bills compensated or some shit. And you know, instead, like, McDonald's ran a smear campaign on her.
Yeah.
And that's
a weird hill to die on.
weird, isn't it?
Very, yeah.
But anyways,
signs are there for a reason, and it's mostly because almost all
people
signs
are stupid.
Yeah, almost all signs that exist are add-ons to original signs because someone did something so inconceivably stupid that they didn't think they would need to iterate it on a sign.
And then they did.
And then something else comes up and someone argues about the whatever of the sign, and then you put up and then people get sign blind. So that's
sign blind.
So that's a big that happens at the library too. So we try not to post too many signs. At my library, we try not to have too many signs up because people get
angry.
Well, it just blends in with everything. Like before, we got like a large screen, flat screen television to have it for like scrolling, like upcoming events. We used to have easels everywhere. We had like in our lobby, which you've been in, we have like at one point we could have up to 8 easels just surrounding the inside lobby, and people would get so sign blind that I don't know, we'd have what I think were good events that didn't get a lot of attendance, but I think it really was just because
too many.
Yeah, it was just like they're printed on a big easel, and then it had them as like paper handouts.
Sure.
But there were so many. And at least once a week there would be a child or a careless person who walks into one and knocks it over, and you just hear this like clang on the ground. Yeah. So
yeah.
So yeah. So signs like that are posted for a reason. It's usually because a dumb person does something inconceivably dumb. Especially at play places.
Yeah.
Brought it back to the original topic. I
God
remembered
damn,
it. I was so happy.
You're so into the play places, man.
I really am.
You like them.
I do. It's because I saw Defunctland talk about a couple. I don't think he's talked about Discovery Zone yet. I'm hoping he does, but
he really should. It was awesome. He
did it as an offset to Chuck E. Cheese, that video, but I'm a little bit of a fan. I stand Defunctland. It's so gross. I don't like
Discovery Zone.
It's yeah. Discovery Zone 8 and left, no crumbs. Chuck E. Cheese who flop. Sorry.
Flop.
I'm not proud of myself.
Yes, you are.
But anyway, I watched a lot of Defunctland videos, so I saw a lot of like play place. There was the video game one for Disney. Also, I forget the name of it. Oh gosh, I just watched.
Oh shit! Hang on. Yeah.
I mean, I can look it up too, but
please do, because I was always interested in that, and I never got to do it.
And I think, when I watched that, I think me and my brother were there for opening week, maybe.
Wow. How was it?
The only thing I remember legitimately, well, besides the lines were long, they were, because it was new.
Sure.
Disney Quest. Okay. Never mind.
Disney Quest. That's it.
Which is such a weird, like, I get it because it was like a multi-tiered thing and it wasn't all like video games and stuff, but Quest is still so, I don't know, kind of vague, but.
Disney Quest.
But I remember the line, and the only thing we ended up doing that was a shorter line was my first ever time playing DDR. That is a cherished memory for me. There's pictures of it, and me and my brother were one of the first ones to play it for, I guess, that day. I can't remember if it was opening day or not, but it was
what a memory, dude.
It was in 2001, so I was 9. It was great.
I'm happy for you, because that's a great memory, man.
Defunctland has helped me remember a lot of things I forgot.
Yeah.
Like another one is that extraterrestrial one. It was like an alien.
Oh,
the alien one.
E.T. Encounter.
Nope, that's at Universal. This one was I'll have to.
Oh no! You're talking about the one that was at Disney.
Yes.
Yes.
But it was like the one with the little cute, like beige looking little alien. And then it's sort of like a Gremlins story where it's like this is its counterpart and it is freaky and ginormous or whatever.
Yeah.
And I used to have a stuffed animal alien from Disney, and I had no idea what it was from, and it turned out to be from that.
That ride?
That ride, which only lasted a couple of years, I think. But it was like 4D, so you would feel like the hot breath of the alien around you, or like the drool coming down.
It was like scary.
It was terrifying. My brother was 7. We should not have gone into that thing.
It had the little things like this little...
The heart.
The harnesses, yeah. And that's how you would feel like the alien like jumping.
Yeah, because
they still do it.
They do. Yeah, they had it for A Bug's Life as well. They remodeled it.
Yes, they did.
That I remember too.
The one that replaced that alien was a different alien now. It's Stitch.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
So it's a little bit more kid friendly. Obviously, it's not as scary.
I just want to know who greenlit that alien one.
That one was crazy.
It was so freaky.
Mm-hmm.
But it was awesome. Like, I wish that was still around. That was so cool. It was awesome.
It was fucked.
But yeah, it was, and I liked it. Defunctlands helped me realize that there's a lot of, not locked away, but just, I don't have any reason to remember that ride that only existed for a few years, and it unlocks like a weirdly locked away nostalgic part of you when you're like, oh my god, I remember that.
I like watching that channel because like you said, it does bring you back to maybe when you were at the parks or just doing something when you were a kid growing up. Like, I don't know. The first time I went to Disney was in the 90s. Mm-hmm. It was 97. I know exactly when it was because I have like a baseball that I used to play baseball. And on the baseball it says 1997. And I remember right after that, we had our like end of the year baseball ceremony where we got like trophies and shit. Mm-hmm. Like we left to go to Disney World.
Oh wow!
So that was pretty cool.
Aw.
It was exciting. It was awesome. Disney World is it has no play places though. No play places, right?
I guess not.
Except for maybe Disney Quest when you went there one time, right?
Yeah. Oh, you mean for like my trip there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I don't know. My brother was 7, but like I still feel like we were grown enough to not need a play place,
Uh-huh.
I don't remember. Plus that was when my dad, he's older now. And he was a roller coaster, like thrill ride junkie.
Yeah.
Which I've inherited now.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him going on a lot of rides because that was him. And my mom was probably happy to
let him.
Yeah, to let him or to like watch our things just so she wouldn't have to go on it.
Sure.
So, I mean, she probably wasn't content, but it was probably the lesser of two evil options, I guess. So
evil options, huh?
And plus, Disney wasn't as crowded as it is now. It's there's a lot of.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But I was also like the first time I went, I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I don't really like I didn't really care about the lines. Like I was just like fascinated by like the whole experience of it. So,
yeah.
It was pretty cool, man. I'm just saying, the first time I ever went, it was a lot of fun.
Cool, man.
Yeah. It was awesome. And that was the fucking year that I got to be in that commercial. That I keep fucking talking about this fucking commercial. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I keep bringing it up.
No.
But that was the year that I went to go and we shot that like 60-second commercial. Or less than that. It was like 10 seconds at most.
I'm still so hell-bent on finding that.
I know that it exists, man. I know that it exists because I was in it. I was in it. I was in a commercial for fucking Stick Stickly, dude.
I need to hunt around for it. In 98, you said?
97.
97.
Yeah,
okay.
97. And I'm pretty sure they played it that summer too because like we waited around and like tried to watch it during the summer.
God.
So.
I'm still determined.
I know.
I love my lost media stuff, man.
It's crazy because like for years I knew that it existed and I didn't give a fuck about it. And of course when I grew up,
I know, isn't it the worst?
It is worse because I went through so many years of just not giving a fuck. Like it was there in front of me probably all the time at home. Mm-hmm. Moved out, didn't think about it until like last year when I'm like, I was in a commercial for Nickelodeon.
And you said it's so like whatever. I was like, what do you mean? You're in a commercial? That's so cool.
It was a national fucking commercial,
It was in the 90s for Nickelodeon. Like that's like the most quintessential 90s thing you could possibly have or have done.
It's like...
I think, so it's my fault because I made the big deal out of it.
I don't have many cool things to say that I did in my childhood, but like that's one of the cool things where I'm like, I was in a commercial for Nickelodeon. Like
that is wicked cool.
Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. And you know what? Like better to have like that pinnacle cool thing than a bunch of just little cool-ish things. If we're really measuring it on a scale.
I guess, right? But it's like, I don't have any proof, so it's like.
Well, I mean, I believe you.
Yeah, like it is.
Because like that's the most fucking random thing to make up ever.
It would be fucking weird, wouldn't it? But like,
a little bit.
I have spent hours on YouTube trying to find anything that involves like Nick in the Afternoon or like Stick Clean.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot find it, and I've clicked on every fucking video. Like, if anybody knows where to get this fucking information, I would love it. Because my mom has it, but it's like it's in Florida where we used to live.
Storage.
It's in storage down there.
So email us at lemonteapodcast@gmail.com. It's a public email.
It is. Go ahead. Try it out.
And all I get is Twitter telling me stuff and Google telling me stuff and the occasional, hello, let us make thumbnails for your channel.
No. Who asked?
No, thank you. Yeah.
But yeah.
I can teach. We kind of have been
going
off on a tangent on 90s stuff. This was going to be the podcast, basically, guys. Sorry, but not sorry about it. I can really talk about 90s stuff forever. I don't think, like, if there's any specific topic about the 90s, or early 2000s, I'm pretty much there. So, do you want to keep talking about it? Cool.
Let's go.
When my mom and dad are going through the attic, because now that I own a house, I can have my stuff out of their attic. And I said, yes, please. Also, please take stuff that is not mine out of my house. It's an equivalent exchange.
So you traded?
Traded back, yeah. So my mom and I were going through, there's like a bunch of shirts. Like, you know how, it's funny how it kind of works where like parents save not everything, but like many things, especially things that's like, this is not practical. I do not know where to put this, but it's sentimental and I want to keep it or whatever.
Sure.
So there's like, for me and my brother, there's like baseball shirts, soccer shirts, just general sports because we were sporty, I guess.
Jocks.
Field day shirts from our elementary school. We both got like a shirt every year. And me and my mom were going through them and was like, why do we need 7 of the same field day shirt? It just says different years. My brother's not going to wear it. So we like threw them away. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's funny how the thought process of like, I need to keep this. It's nostalgic.
Yeah, we're doing that too with our kids. And it's like some of their clothes. What's weird about it is like this season, we'll put away clothes, right? Mm-hmm. From this season. And next season, it probably won't fit them.
Right.
So it's kind of like...
Why are you keeping them?
Why are we keeping them?
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm sorry.
No.
So you're going through...
We're going through old clothes. We want to talk about coolness.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Girl Scout for 7 years. And
holy shit.
I had... I don't think I took pictures. I wish I did. I had vests. I had Girl Scout vests for my 7 years.
Yo, did you have the sash?
I did have a sash. I preferred the vest.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the symmetry of it.
Gotcha.
Although it looked more nerdy by comparison. So it was like covered in badges, and there was like this ceremony for every year you've been a Girl Scout. So I have some that say like 5th year, 6th year, 7th year.
Sure.
And I remember specifically nearing my first year of high school and thinking, I'm going to get made fun of if I'm still a Girl Scout in high school. So I dropped out.
Oh, man.
But 7 years, it was started in 1st grade. 2nd grade, our troop broke up. So I didn't have a troop. And then 3rd grade to 8th grade. That is, I can only think of a couple things I've been committed to that long.
Uh-huh.
Like at the moment, my marriage isn't even that long. So I'm pretty proud of myself. 7 years is a long damn time. So...
Congratulations.
Thanks. I kept the vests.
Clearly.
Well, because also my grandmother has sewn the patches on the vest, so they're sentimental. So here we are back at that conversation again of sentimentality. But
you can show your kids. You can be like, hey, look, I was in the Girl Scouts for 7 years.
Be like, hey, you want to impress all the other Girl Scouts? Just tell them that these are all your badges.
Check out this badge. It says kindness on it.
I had one for like outdoorsy things and I laughed. I'm like, I'm not outdoorsy whatsoever. But they gave me a badge anyway.
Great job.
Thanks. So I don't know, man. I had this thought in my head of like, for any kids do a lot of artwork, obviously, and things. I had this idea, and this is not going to work because parents are busy and don't always have time or remember to do things, and sometimes you just don't want to. But I was going to just like take a picture on my phone of the artwork and then just throw the artwork away, but always have the artwork like in a like compact form.
I think that's what Ashley and I are doing for things.
Okay.
We're saving some things because
yeah.
Sometimes I'll make like little things like ornaments for the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, like yeah. That. No, I just mean like things on a flat paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's had this idea of like, okay, we'll save all these things that are important, and at the end of the month or whatever, we'll pull them out and take a picture of them.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you're not alone in thinking that.
Nice.
Because it gets to be a lot of fucking paper. Especially
with you having 2 of them. So.
Yeah.
Damn tree killers.
God damn it. Twins.
Twin tree killers.
Yeah. But I'm glad you got to go through that and reminisce a little bit. It's really cool to kind of look back at your childhood and see.
Also, I meant to post this on Facebook because I like posting random accomplishments of mine on Facebook that aren't really accomplishments.
Okay.
We were going through, this is going to be a story with a moral. Mm-hmm. We were going through cards. Cards were also in the box. Sure. And there were like a lot of random like birthday cards or whatever. I found a Target gift card from 2006 that the number still worked and I had money on the card. It was only $4, but
hell yeah.
But then I found a birthday card.
Yeah, $50 in it or some shit?
Yeah.
No fuck. From how long ago?
I don't know.
Oh, so shit. Is it dated?
I need to investigate with my mom because I actually also don't know. My grandparents, I call them Grammy and Grampy and Grandma and Grandpa, but they intermix them all the time. Mm-hmm. And like, so I don't know if this is actually from a certain set of grandparents or not.
Okay.
But it said, thought you might be able to use this for your trip. And I was like, what trip did I go on? I don't remember. So shit. I think it was for when I went to Europe. Mm. I also went to Japan, but I don't think it was for that. So it was some mystery $50 that I'm not using for a trip. I think I just deposited it. Maybe it'll go towards a trip, but
a trip.
So the moral of the story is don't throw all your birthday cards out. At least look inside them first because you might find. I always
look inside them. So here's the thing that I do, right? Mm-hmm. So I get a birthday card. Famously, I'm not a big card giver. Okay? Mm-hmm. Just because like I don't know, man. Like I feel like most of the times when I get a card, not always. Mm-hmm. Most of the cards I get are kind of mid. Oof. Okay?
Yeah, it's a challenge.
It's hard to get the right card.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
Especially to try to live up to your expectations.
Jesus Christ.
Set the bar.
But listen.
Yeah.
It's a lot of effort to go out and to get a card that's perfect. Mm-hmm. All right. And also, like, then if I give a card or if I get a card, right? Mm-hmm. I have this card that is expiring like the minute I get it. Yeah. Because it's for something that is like on the day or like coming up. Uh-huh. And then I have to like, what do I do with it? Like a lot of people keep cards for.
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, where do I keep this? Where do I keep it? And how long do I keep it for?
I keep mine for probably ever. And I put them in a drawer. I have a card drawer.
Okay.
I tie them up for each year's worth of cards.
Okay.
It's stupid organized. But I understand completely what you're saying. There are definitely people, like most of the men on my side of the family, I don't get cards for because they don't care. They know the thought is there without you having to buy money for a card if you also get a gift, you know? It's like, or if you wish them happy birthday, whatever.
Yeah.
So there's certain people I get cards for because I enjoy it. Like I like getting my mom those they have fancy cards and I like the pop-up ones with that are a whole display.
Yep. The love pop ones.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy anytime I can find like a Peanuts one.
For her.
Yeah. So bonus if it's a Peanuts pop-up card.
Peanuts pop-up.
So the cards like have to outdo themselves now. It's like they have to just say more than happy birthday or get well soon or whatever. It's like you got to make it funny and don't make it mid, and also maybe make it 3D if you feel so inclined. It's
a challenge, man.
Yeah.
There's not many cards out there that can nail all three of those criteria. So,
yeah.
But I will tell you that I have saved a couple cards in my life, and those are ones that maybe from people that have either passed on or like ones from people that are very dear to me. I have one that you gave me, which is an excellent card. I can't remember if it was Father's Day or like my birthday, but it was like this Mario card, and it like it was amazing. You open it up, it's a controller, and it like if you press, you can actually press the start button, and you can make it jump.
I forgot
and stuff.
about that
like,
card.
It was like a great card. I have it saved because it's probably the best card I've ever gotten.
Oh, nice.
But
set the bar high. See, they have to be interactive now.
I had never seen a fucking car like that. I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah, me either.
And it moved. Like you could actually move it. This card's amazing.
Yay.
I'm just saying. Anyways, I just don't want to. My fear is like keeping a bunch of stuff and then like not being able to like get rid of it because I have a sentimental attachment or something, and then. So I don't ever want to get to like the hoarder point of things.
Yeah.
So I think I force myself to just purge when I can.
I was going to say that's a good mentality to have. The overall one, and if the purging is what works for you, then that's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Plus it's hard, you always try to make a commitment for certain things that are like, I'm going to be on top of this consistently. Yeah. And then life happens. And then it's like, well, I haven't done this for a month and I should get to that now. So.
But anyways.
Better that than hoarding. So.
How did we get to this topic?
You know what?
What is going on?
I wanted to just shoot the breeze.
I like that.
And as the Midwesterners say, I don't know if that's a Midwestern term. I've never heard anybody on the East Coast say shoot the breeze.
Shoot the breeze.
After I just want to talk about lighter nostalgic things
that's fine,
that make me happy, and
whatever you want to talk about. I'm here for that. I'm also going to eat this right now.
Another nostalgic thing that is still around. Shoot, I should have brought what are they called?
What's that?
The
Dunkaroos?
Dunkaroos.
Yeah.
I wanted to call them Dunkamals.
Dunkamals.
Brian Dunkamal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is basically us in a nutshell, us on a futon of talking about basically just nostalgic stuff as a means of escapism from this cruel, cruel, cruel world.
Cruel.
Very cruel.
So
if that's your thing, I hope you've enjoyed this long segment about random 90s shit.
Random? No.
There was a rhyme and reason to it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not. Never mind.
What's your favorite memory?
What's my favorite? Just
at all.
Oh gosh. That is a loaded question. Yeah, I don't know. A good chunk of them were from Disney. I guess any sort of like vacation outing my family and I went on. I think I just liked the idea of being able to explore new places with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always nice because it was my mom and my aunt and me and my brother and my cousin and stuff. So that was a good little tight group of people.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a specific one. Do you? See, throw it back at you.
It was definitely that vacation that we took in '97 after my baseball tournament.
Oh.
It was definitely that. Because I got to go to all the parks for the first time. I got to I don't know. It seemed like a fancy hotel to me back then, but it probably wasn't. But I had never really been to hotels. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's how I felt about the Disney one I went to also. And then I look back at pictures and I'm like, okay, well, it was nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't fancy.
Yeah. But it felt fancy back then. It really did feel like it was a big fucking deal. Mm-hmm. And I think that time was probably I can't say that I've had a better vacation Like,
Aw.
maybe I have, but as a child, definitely not. Like, that one's, like, indelible. So.
Aw. That's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I feel weird for not having an answer.
You don't have to feel weird.
There's too many. Although I'm thinking of, like, weird, bad ones. Like...
Do you want to share or no?
Like how I didn't listen to my mother and took my razor scooter down a sandy hill and scarred up both my elbows and my knee and my pinky somehow.
Ooh.
Yeah, good times. Because I landed like on my knees. I guess my pinky must have been like down on the ground, and then like my left leg just up in the air and my right knee taking all the other stuff. Yeah.
Is it visible on the pinky?
A little bit. But not a lot.
I see it, yeah.
Yeah. The elbow ones are healed now, and then I have a knee scar. But moral of the story, listen to your mother.
Knee scar.
Knee slapper.
It's a real knee slapper.
Another thing I've never heard in the East.
Speaking of razor scooters, those were just shit too. But they're more of a 2000s thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I like too. I love Y2K fashion coming back.
The bucket hats and shit.
I love bucket hats.
Yeah.
I love bucket hats.
Bucket hats are...
I'm so happy those are coming back.
When I think of bucket hats, I think of Jamiroquai in the Virtual Insanity video.
I think of Cameron.
Oh, God, Cameron.
Cameron, who was so insistent on being like the walking Pepto-Bismol Muppet.
Oh, my God. Yeah, good point. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Everybody had a bucket hat.
Ja Rule had bucket hats too, didn't he?
Everybody, every fucking rapper.
Everybody, yeah.
That era had a bucket hat.
Yep.
Everyone.
So I'm happy those are coming back. There's music that's become inspired by Y2K trends. It makes me happy that like, I don't know. I feel like I was in the know of this like sort of fashion that's now new to other people.
You feel ahead of the curve finally?
Kind of, but I don't do any or wear any most of the stuff anymore. Like I don't wear limited to and sit on my inflatable furniture with my bead doorway separator thing with my bead curtain. I had one of those
curtains, man.
Talking on AIM on my desktop computer, my Windows 98 computer.
So we really are just becoming boomers.
We're so boomers. It's so horrible.
Like that's what it is.
I'm not trying to push my beliefs on anybody except for just expressing that I think my era was a pretty best era.
It's the best era despite you saying, damn it, I wish I would have been born in the 80s.
It was the best like era for that sort of like technological rise.
No, we had it. So our generation, because we're only like 3 years apart, right? So like we pretty much grew up at the same time.
Yeah.
Like the same era. We kind of missed the whole social media thing. Like we kind of just narrowly avoided it. Maybe you less than me, because I graduated in 2007.
Oh, you mean like as? Yeah, I
like
had.
all of our moments were not recorded. Is what I'm saying.
What's that?
All of our moments in like high school, and middle school, were not recorded. They weren't on Snapchat. They weren't like out there for the world to see.
Yeah, then there was the difference there because I was on MySpace and Facebook in the mid to late 2010 or 2000s. Yeah, I see memories that pop up from like now going to be 13 years ago, and it's like some cringy stuff I wrote in like that woo kind of shorthand kind of speak. Like writing is W-U-Z. I just want to throw myself out a window.
I can't tell you a secret that I use memories specifically only to delete shit that I wrote.
I know. Yeah.
That's why.
Because that's advice I see for like job applications. It's like, make sure you go back in your social media and delete whatever.
Yeah. I
did that with Twitter when I got reactive on Twitter.
Okay.
Because I made it in 2010. I used it until 2011. I knew that the stuff I wrote was going to be from when I was a baby, essentially. Did I say 2010? Yeah, 2010.
Yeah.
Jesus. And then I came back onto it during the pandemic, so it had been 9 years since I was on Twitter.
Yep.
So I went back and deleted old stuff from there. But Facebook, it's like, I have been here forever. Barbara, if you want me to go back in and delete my old like incriminating cringy stuff, you're gonna have to wait a full calendar year, Barbara. But that is a good strategy to go back and then read your cringy thing one more time, and then nobody will ever know.
I lock it away, and then I send it to hell.
Back where it came from. But yeah, that would be the kind of difference too, because I was more on social media. I had a great breakup through AIM. That was fun. It was a good time.
Cringe.
It was. I was devastated. It was horrible.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I'm over it now. But...
I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. It's not your fault.
And I had another. I had a boyfriend that I broke up with, and then he talked
over AIM.
No, I think it was in person or through text. I think it was through text. It was not great. And then he wrote that I was like a two-faced bitch on his MySpace page. I was like,
yo.
But my friends were great and they all went after him. It was really awesome. So
my friends were great and they all went after him.
Like just saying that, like in my defense or whatever, not like fighting him. But some of my shit is recorded. Long story short. So I think that's where we differ.
Okay, some of my shit was recorded too, but not like everything is today, where it's a TikTok or it's a Snapchat.
Oh yeah, no.
And a lot of these, like, my embarrassing shit that happened in middle school was not out there.
No, yeah.
On social media.
I'm very happy for you. I am. That wasn't facetious.
Oh fuck.
No, I was being serious. I am happy for you. That's
okay.
Because my middle school shit's around somewhere, and that's fucking embarrassing.
MySpace?
I don't even know if my MySpace is still active.
No,
anymore.
I don't need you to check it.
I wouldn't be able to check it if I tried.
I think they're gone. They're all deleted.
Oh,
right?
yes,
Like if you didn't so.
Like redeem it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, redeem it.
Redeem it for points.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also on Facebook in early high school, so.
All right. Well, your shit's out there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
It is what it is. We were just happy to be able to have freedom of speech on the internet. Remember those days?
What, freedom of speech on the internet?
Yeah, it still exists. I'm just kidding. But not if you are aligned with certain parties. They don't think that that's the case. And
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
no.
No.
Anyway.
Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Open up shop.
Whoa. Oh.
No.
Oh, it's no, whatever. Hey, yeah, like and comment below if you want more Midwestern bastardizations of your favorite hip hop songs.
Oof, I would love it.
In the meantime, I'm going to take a quick break from 90s talk, which, again, I could really go on for a million years about.
Sure.
We had a suggestion to play a good old game of evaluating people who think they may or may not be the assholes.
The assholes.
It's on a subreddit called AITA.
Okay, let's
Am I the asshole?
Up.
All right.
So
So you picked a few. I was tempted to look at them, but I didn't, so I'm going to go into it blind.
I haven't really looked into these that much. I just saw them, read the synopsis, and thought this would be pretty good.
Okay.
I picked 3.
Okay.
But we can always look for more if we need it.
All right.
Okay, ready?
All right, you guys at home will also help evaluate if these people are truly assholes or not.
Or they're not assholes. So
that subreddit also has an everybody sucks option, which I think is
it does, which I think is great. So it's very self-explanatory. There's a Reddit board that basically is a place where you can post scenarios that happened and discuss whether or not you were in the wrong. Mm-hmm. Am I the asshole?
I love that it's such a big community for like basically just public reassurance from strangers.
Yep.
The internet.
All right. Well, this kind of spoils it. I'm not going to read what the verdict was from most people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I will read the scenario. All right?
Yep.
This one's kind of lengthy. I'm sorry. Am I the asshole for asking my ex-boyfriend to get rid of his gifts from his deceased ex? All right. Take that in for a second.
Boyfriend or ex-boyfriend?
So, it's her current
boyfriend, but ex-girlfriend.
So,
okay.
Basically what happens is you'll see it. His ex passed away. Mm-hmm. Okay? I, 26 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 28 male, for 6 months. My boyfriend dated this other girl, Sarah, for 3 years, but she passed away shortly after being diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh.
So they were together for 3 years.
Compared to the 6 months.
Correct.
Okay.
3 years passed, and my boyfriend met me. I knew about Sarah before the start of our relationship, and I found it charming when he would talk about her. It made me more drawn to him, seeing how sensitive he can be. Our relationship has been perfect. That is until I decided to play Minecraft with him and his little brother in my attempt to bond more with the brother.
Oh.
I was exploring their home when I stumbled upon a room with a sign over it that read, Sunray Sunshine. When I asked about the room, my boyfriend said that it used to be Sarah's room. Turns out this whole place was built by Sarah, my boyfriend, and his brother. I began to feel jealous of Sarah.
Oh my God.
I thought I was... hey, don't judge just yet. It could take a turn.
Uh-huh.
I thought I was making a special memory between me, my boyfriend, and his brother, but it turns out I was just a visitor in their fondest memory of Sarah. I suggested we use the room for other purposes, but he said no, which I thought was odd. Since then, I have become more aware of how much Sarah still lingers in his life. I learned that all the trinkets plush on his house and desk were from Sarah. He also still stays in contact with her family and visits them on holidays and birthdays. Not gonna lie, he sounds pretty considerate. He sounds fucking considerate as hell.
That's why this whole thing about I'm not really being sympathetic to whatever her name is.
Not Sarah.
Girlfriend. The current girlfriend. Yeah.
Not Sarah. Whenever his family talks about Sarah, it's always about how perfect she was and that she saved his life. I feel like I'm competing with Sarah and that I will never be like Sarah nor as loved as Sarah. Now that's like a valid fear.
That part,
right?
yeah.
But this is like what's pushing out to every other fucking part of this.
Yeah.
The end, okay?
Oh gosh.
Right. I decided to bring this up with my boyfriend. I told him how it's unhealthy to go on to hold on to an ex for this long and he should let go. He got upset and said he has no plans to let go as he has and always will love her. Mm-hmm. He went on to list all the good things about Sarah. He met her when he was at a low point in his life. Sarah motivated him to start school, and he pursued a good education and now has a well-paying job because of it. He also explained that even though he will always love her, it wouldn't make him feel any less for me because love is not finite. I told him that this does not reassure me that I'm a priority, and I would feel better if he would get rid of the gifts from her. That way, I'm not constantly reminded that I'm not her. He got upset and ended the conversation abruptly. Quote, no, and if you don't like my room, then don't go in it.
Oh, like the Minecraft room.
Yep.
Okay.
Now I am just constantly reminded of her. She's literally everywhere. It is almost to the point where I fight the urge to roll my eyes whenever she is brought up in a conversation. A part of me feels like I'm in the wrong for asking him to get rid of the gifts, but at the same time, my feelings are valid too. How do you feel about it?
Okay, so like, it sounds like the boyfriend is still not over Sarah.
Right, because she passed and then he, I guess, got with this girl. Like,
it's been 3 years, yeah, but if he's really like talking about her so much.
Sure.
And I mean, like the visits I think are a separate thing because the family is separate from Sarah. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're you know what I mean. But if he talks about it that much, I don't think he's over her. So I understand the girl, the OP's frustration. But I find it so funny that this all started over a stupid Minecraft world. It's just odd.
You never know when Minecraft is gonna really take control of your life and change its destiny forever.
Crazy. And I do also feel for her with the parents talking about her
and how perfect Sarah was. Yeah. It seems like everybody loves Sarah, man. Mm-hmm. She was pretty great.
So I understand the frustration, but I think that's asking too much of him to do. So I guess I don't know.
I think
it's like a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B for.
Yeah, my thought process is pretty much the same. So, one, I do understand her not liking being compared to Sarah just because she feels like she's always being compared, and how can she live up to this great person who made these gifts and helped them do this, and I wasn't there for that. So like, yeah, it's obviously she's a little bit like envious of that, jealous, whatever.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's like a valid feeling. I don't think it's valid enough to ask anyone to throw away something that was given to them from someone else. Whether it's
or
an
their
action
Minecraft world.
Or like erase the last like memory of them doing something with each other and having a space out there that hopefully will live longer than anything that he would have physically, because it could be torn up or whatever.
Because I was worried that the jealousy was entirely because of the Minecraft world, in which I would be like, that's really stupid. But if it's like other people in his family talking about her, I think nobody's moved on from Sarah, and he can't move on with another person until he reconciles that. I don't know. The love is finite.
I think probably their relationship isn't a great idea at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
Also, his whole love is finite thing is great if your partner feels that way, but clearly doesn't in this case. So, what was the consensus from Redditors?
Oh, the consensus is that YTA, you are the asshole.
Oh, okay.
So they thought she was the asshole.
Okay.
Mostly because of the throwing away.
Right.
Thing.
That's
like,
where I was kind of also not with that.
No, it's not a great idea because that's sentimental, and obviously Sarah meant a whole shit ton to him because he still, he still feels her and hasn't forgotten her. Hangs out with her parents on her birthdays and on holidays.
Yeah, that I understand. Like that part, I would get over, but it would be kind of like a little odd. After 3 years, and
maybe
for holidays, I don't know, but whatever.
Maybe for birthdays,
Yeah,
you could get together.
Yeah. So.
But everyone grieves differently, so I mean.
All right. Usually, I'm kind of on target with what other people have assessed the person as. Yeah. I don't know if I agree with this one.
Well, she was branded the asshole.
I know, it's odd.
My personal feeling is, if it's based completely on throwing away the things and then, just getting rid of Sarah completely like that, not a great way to go about it. If that's the thing that we're judging on, then yes, she is the asshole. But it's a combination. So it's like, it's not only the thing, like throwing away that shit will not help her feel any better, right, about Sarah, because she can't erase his memories.
Yeah, like, they'll still talk about her just as much. Yeah. So.
And it's kind of crazy. And at that point, like if you only want to just be the only person he ever thought of and all that kind of stuff, then maybe the relationship is not for you. Yeah. So.
There's that.
There's that advice.
This is now a Dear Abby column that you didn't know you wanted.
Advice.
Now is here.
Like violence.
Violence.
All right, number 2. You ready?
Yes.
Give me a second. My phone is loading.
Suspense.
This was posted 2 days ago.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Am I the asshole for making plans on Valentine's Day so I don't babysit my granddaughter? Still in that title for 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Remember that laughter.
Oh, no.
Hold it in your memory, okay?
Okay.
My 36 female daughter, Leah, who's a 17 female.
Jesus, this is a young grandmother.
Is a teen mom.
Yeah.
My daughter got pregnant at 14.
Oh, gosh.
And it was very shocking news, but we found out very early on, and she got to abort it.
Oh.
A few months later, and she got pregnant again. Oh, and I couldn't handle the situation very well at the time. But having my sister, her aunt, talk to her about what she was planning to do, she decided to keep the baby, which I'll admit I wasn't very happy to hear. And I told her she'll have to be responsible about the consequences. This was one giant run-on sentence.
Jeez.
Of course, as a mother, I couldn't have her work and distract her from school. I didn't want her to miss out on childhood, so I had to work evening night shifts to care for my granddaughter while Leah was in school. I realized that Leah has been taking advantage of my situation and making me cancel plans so I can't babysit for her. Sorry, so I can babysit
Oh,
for her.
I was like...
I overheard her making plans for Valentine's 2 weeks ahead on the phone with someone saying, my mom will do it. She has no life anyways.
Oh, God.
And laughing afterward. Being a single mom and having to work multiple jobs was hard enough. But since she gave birth to her daughter, I haven't got out to any party. I've canceled many weekend gatherings so that my daughter can be able to hang out with her friends. And if I did go, I'd always have my granddaughter with me. And for her to laugh about my situation like that angered me.
Mm-hmm.
That same day, I was asked by a guy I've been seeing to accompany him on Valentine's, and I was hesitant, but I didn't want to miss a chance. He's a really nice guy, and I haven't been on a date for almost 6 years, and it wouldn't hurt to give my daughter a taste of motherhood when she least expected. I told my daughter that I got asked out for Valentine's, and she was happy at first, but then asked if I was going to take her daughter with me.
Why?
To which I said, obviously not,
right?
And she'll have to cancel plans for a day. I didn't expect her reaction to be so extreme. She cried, screamed, and told me I was being selfish and that I was letting her miss out on her date just because I thought a guy was interested in me.
For a date.
For a date. The argument didn't end very well. I stood my ground and went to the date, and she had to cancel plans, but she's still really mad about it, and she's been ignoring me. I love my daughter, and I wouldn't want her to miss anything, but I wanted her to learn a lesson and be responsible. My sister agrees with me, but my friend told me I should have done it on a normal day, not Valentine's. Does my approach make me the asshole?
No. No.
Want to elaborate?
I agree with her reasoning behind it and her methods, and it's weird that her daughter was mad that she wanted to go on a date, so that would prevent her daughter from going on a date because they're both dates. Mm-hmm. So it was a little weird. That's the problem with children having children.
Yeah, or anyone really. Your social life gets tied up,
and children, like, she's at least, well, she would be 15 when she gave birth. That's children to me. So there's an emotional maturity that, you know, you would develop in your teen years. It's not saying that it makes you prepared for motherhood, but it makes you a hell of a lot more prepared than 15, 16 does.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that mom's a young grandma.
36.
Yeah, yeah. So no, not the asshole. What do you think?
I don't think she's the asshole at all. I think it'd be really fucked up. First of all, I never want to bother people with my kids. I never want to do that. My mom willingly takes them on the weekends. I do not force her to do that. She just loves having them around and loves doing things with them and spending time. Great. It gives me a weekend off, right?
Yeah. But
I don't ask for it. And if I needed to ask for it, I would ask for it, but I wouldn't do it all the time.
Yeah.
This is your kid. You fucked around, literally.
Yeah.
And now you're finding out.
Right.
You fucked around. You found out. You don't get to go on dates. I'm sorry. Your mom is working double shifts.
Yeah.
To care for your daughter so that way you can, hang out with your friends and also, I don't know, go to school and get an education. Mm-hmm. You're an asshole. So this person is not the asshole.
Was that also determined by Reddit?
Drum roll, please. Not the asshole.
All right, good. Yay. I agree with that one.
I do too. All right, ready for the last one?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. God damn it. All right. Am I the asshole for asking my brother and sister-in-law to control their kids while they were staying over?
Oh, gosh. Okay.
You love these kids ones, huh?
No.
All right.
Go ahead.
This escalated into my parents thinking I was being unreasonable, and now everyone thinks I was an asshole and need to apologize. I'm here to ask for objective judgment. I should probably tell you in advance that the time you take to read and comment here is highly appreciated.
Oh, okay.
I, 25 female, live with my girlfriend, 30 female. My brother, 32 male, his wife, 23 female, and 2 kids, 4 female and 2 male. Live in a different city, but they came over to our house for a wedding they were supposed to attend. I was originally against the idea because for some reason when we spend time together, it always ends up badly, but he was extremely persistent, so I asked my girlfriend and we agreed. It was only for a few days.
Mm-hmm. Famous last words.
My niece and nephew are usually well-behaved kids, but for some reason they went crazy from the moment they stepped into our house. My sister-in-law thinks she shouldn't tell them not to do something because they're just kids, and they should be allowed to express themselves and that kind of stuff. My girlfriend is a doctor and works crazy hours. She came home from her shift in the afternoon and went to sleep a little bit. The kids were running around, shouting, dancing to loud music, etc. I couldn't hear myself think, and I was work from home.
Oh.
A bit later, my girlfriend came downstairs. She clearly wasn't able to sleep, but didn't make a big deal out of it. She told me that it did bother her, but she didn't want to cause a scene, and she is just lovely like that.
Oh.
At night, the kids were asleep. I told my brother maybe he could try and keep the kids busy a bit because they were too loud and it was interfering with my girlfriend's sleep and my work. He said his kids were behaving completely normally and that maybe we should try to wear earbuds like normal people. I said that it would really make the house more comfortable for everyone if he told the kids to keep it down. He'd get extremely angry if I told his kids that. He said we were being terrible hosts and expecting kids to act like a grown-up. They left a few days later. My brother talked about this with our parents. They called and heard my side of the story, and they thought I was being too hard on him and that I should apologize. Should I?
No. Was that it? Sorry, I didn't.
So your answer is it's not this person's fault. They are not the asshole.
Yes, because your house, your rules, and also who wears earbuds like a normal person as a means for a solution for this. It's like it's what
I don't know who does that.
Why do you do that?
No.
Okay, well, you were like
not to like block them out. Like
you made me worried. I was like, oh
no.
shoot, I offended you.
No. I do use it to like do stress relief or something like that.
That's
like just listen to music or podcasts.
I mean, that's different from the purpose of
drowning them out forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's not the asshole for me. They invited the brother into the house on his request, by the way, because he had requested that they do it because she's like, well, when we hang out, we never really end on good terms. Why don't we just not do that? Mm-hmm. He insisted. They let him in with 2 kids, which is a big fucking deal. Like, you bring your kids to anyone's house, expect to be, like, on your best fucking behavior because that shit, it can be off-putting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It can be fucking off-putting having 2 little kids that you don't usually have around in your house.
Right.
When I didn't have kids, I didn't understand it. Like,
and now you do.
And now I do. And I completely understand it. I get it. And I tend to side with the people that are the hosts because I'm like, yeah, my kids can be crazy as fuck. Mm-hmm. Like, they can be nuts. They can jump around. They can make a lot of noise. And I know. I'm work from home, and I have to go out there and tell them sometimes that, like, hey, you need to stop fucking yelling. You can do what you want to do. Just stop yelling about it.
I know. Kids love to yell.
It's just like everything has to be loud, max volume.
Especially in the library I work at because it's a tall building.
Sure.
Kids love the echo.
Yeah.
So from the lobby, you just hear a lot of, ah! Sorry, like, my kid's okay. He just likes to hear his own voice, but
that's kind of cute.
Yeah, kids are loud.
They are loud
for no reason. They don't understand it. They're just like fascinated by the.
We all did it too. Like I did it. You did it. Like it's just. It's fascinating. It's like, holy shit, I can hear myself. Like, it's bouncing back, and I'm indoors. This is nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, not the asshole.
Did Reddit think that also?
Reddit thought the same thing.
Yay.
Reddit thought the same thing because it's like what we said. Mm-hmm. They were invited in.
Yeah.
Against the host's will, but they were trying to be courteous. Mm-hmm. If they say that things are too loud, like, try to control your kids.
Right.
Try to talk to them. Like, have a talk with the fucking kids.
You gotta nip that in the bud real early.
Really early.
Like, yeah.
Like, if you're letting them do it at 4 years old, then you haven't taught them at that point.
I know. Then you've lost, well, not all hope. You can call, like, Super Nanny.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Nanny Joe.
Yeah, Nanny Joe.
I have that problem with the kids sometimes, and it's like, you need to find a way to make them stop. Or like you said, if you're letting it go on that long and just kind of letting them do whatever, it's never going to get solved, and it's a problem that's just going to get worse as they get older.
Yeah.
So like you're really teaching them a bad lesson either way.
Right. Yep. So
not the asshole.
Yay. I'm glad that you agree with that also on the point, because it's like you're a parent. So your perspective is interesting with it. So
my perspective is that I'm always very conscious of what people think about my kids.
Oh, okay.
Just because I don't want to put their like tantrums or behavior on anyone else. At the same time, I do think people need to be a little bit more accepting with children, just because they, when they are that young, like 5 or 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever.
3, 2,
1. They're learning everything.
Yes.
They're testing their boundaries and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing that happens. It's like they're trying to figure out how do they fit into the world, and they will push boundaries. Like they'll do dumb shit.
Yeah.
Just to do it because they don't know.
Like dive headfirst into a
ball pit. Or like my son likes to like. How many times have I told him like don't jump on the couch, and I see him like doing like wrestling fucking moves off the couch. And he's watching fucking Oreo videos. And like,
it's always those Oreo videos. They're not even watching that anymore, are they? They're watching Rainbow whatever's.
This guy,
This guy, my 5-year-old.
This guy loves his fucking Oreo videos. I don't even know if any normal person who doesn't have kids understands what this is, but it's so fucking weird.
I still don't. You've explained it to me.
It's Oreo commercials it's like this one ad campaign that I think Fun did. Or not Fun. I think it was Owl City. The guy from Owl City.
Okay.
And it was that song, but like done in other countries because Oreo's international. And it's so fucking weird. It's this like Oreo tube that you slide down, and it's all like multicolored. The colors, I think, is what really attracts him. It's just like it's bright and it's flashing, and it's It's like, holy shit, what is this?
He's saying like exactly that.
Kindergartner.
Yeah.
But like. He loves it. He loses his fucking little mind, dude.
It's amazing what entertains kids.
And he's like looking at me and he's doing this. And he's like jumping off the couch. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? So like, I can accept that in my house to a degree because it's my couch. And my couch is fucked anyways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no saving that fucking couch. But if they start doing that at other people's houses, like, no. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm on guard.
Told you not to let that behavior leave the house.
Yeah. Don't you ever misbehave anywhere else. Ever.
And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
I'm tying to my belt so I don't feel hunger pains.
I remember that one too.
I love that line.
Good times.
Yeah, so how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like we're pretty much heading toward the end of the this very freeform amalgamation of stuff episode. Feeling good. I got to talk about nostalgic stuff, and that's where, if I were to get a degree, I would excel in that.
Nostalgia?
Yeah, a degree. Yeah, a minor in nostalgia.
Love it.
Yeah.
So that's good. If you think we were...
If you think we were good.
If you think we were good, you can follow us on other platforms that are not... Oh, wait, they are sometimes YouTube.
I was going to say, first we should say YouTube.
Never mind.
Please follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, click the bell, or don't. It doesn't really matter, but you should
definitely
make your own informed decision with it.
And comment if you want. And say some stuff.
Say some stuff. Also, you can follow us on...
Like real stuff, not like bullshit.
Glad we're specifying.
Yes.
You can also contact us if you want at LEM'n'TEA@gmail.com if you found Lewis's long lost commercial from 1997.
Oh my god.
Or follow us on our other socials on Twitter and TikTok at LEM'n'TEA Podcast.
Good. Nice job.
Thanks.
Follow Tory at youtube.com/astheratsflame with 2 E's. Also twitter.com/TRIPPYDESU. Trippy I'll have a thing that comes up and shows it. So there it is.
I'm back from my hiatus on Twitter and back on my bullshit.
You're back on it. I saw.
I have a lot of drafts.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, thanks. It's like stuff from December. Because I was technically active on Twitter. I just didn't feel like actively posting stuff. So I would like stuff. Like my likes never changed. And then I would just quote tweet and save it as a draft. So I was like, when I want people to know I'm alive, I'll post this later. And now it's like going back to
It's
December.
time.
There's some, yeah. But I don't want to overload people too because that's obnoxious. But anyway, so when Twitter is working, follow me there. Or you can follow Lewis at twitter.com/Lumo. And also on Twitch, you've been streaming a lot more lately and you've been doing a lot of fun games. You want to talk about what you've been doing? Just for a little bit. If you want to, you don't have to. But they're fun.
Yeah. So this year, I kind of challenged myself to do more streaming when I can, obviously. So I've been streaming more, and I'm playing a game called Hi-Fi Rush, which is a rhythm game, but it's also a platformer, and everything kind of moves in rhythm to the whatever song is playing.
Yeah.
Like whatever beat. It's a lot of fun, and the characters are really lively. It's like animated in this like cel-shaded style, so it's really, really cool and very unique style, and I really enjoy it. And you're also playing a Yakuza game too. My God, I love this game. This is the game that I didn't know that I needed in my life because it's like it's like living. It's like a Japanese citizen simulator. Yes and no. Yes, it's Yakuza because like the character was formerly in the Yakuza, but like it's just like everyday Tokyo resident simulator. It's like you go. That's awesome. You might have a drink at a bar and you go out for karaoke. Like there's a karaoke mini game. Yeah. Slot cards, which I spent way too much time doing last night, and I just really love it. It's so much fun. It's a beat 'em up too, so you get to punch people. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. So if you want to see someone play games that they actually like and not that wizard game, follow Lumo on Twitch. I have a fun fact. Go ahead. Of the Yakuza franchise. Okay, one of the main like voice actors, a very prominent character. I don't think in the first one, but I think he comes in other iterations. Mm-hmm. He is a very big trans ally. Oh, that's awesome. Let me tell you why. Okay. It's because I don't remember when this happened, but he once was suspense. Basically given a blowjob by a trans woman. And it was so good that it made him apparently a trans ally. And this is from his words on an interview he did. I'm not kidding. Sorry. It's a real fucking thing. Oh my God. It's a real thing. Like. Oh my God. Crazy. All right. Well, that's one way to end the show, I guess. So. I'm just saying. Holy crap. Thank you for watching or listening. And stick around for when we talk about more nostalgic things or, I don't know, more Yakuza Simulator. I mean, ex-Yakuza Simulator. And everything in between. Now, get to bed. I'm going to post a TikTok. All right, but first, just don't play ping pong. Man. Bye. See you. Bye-bye. Oyasumi nasai. Oh, yeah, Wonho. I miss him. Why don't you talk to him anymore? We don't talk anymore. Yeah.